Coming up on the East End. Escape the everyday at a Hamptons wellness retreat where you can find peace and pampering. Plus,
learn the tricks of the trade at a North Fork Dairy Farm and sample their goat cheese and goat cuddling.
The East End is just magical. I feel like there's so much material to draw. It's just breathtaking.
meet the artist drawing inspiration from the East End.
From lavish Hamptons hotspots
to local North Fork hidden gems.
Come with us as we explore the people and the places that make up Long Island's East End.
Welcome to the East End. I'm Erin Colton.
And I'm Joe Arena.
We have got lots to see this weekend.
And while you're exploring it all with us, don't forget to play along in our East End trivia game. Scan that QR code at the bottom of your screen, submit your answers throughout the show, and you might just win some East End swag.
Spring is in the air on the East End, and there's no truer sign than that than on our North and South Fork farms.
Yeah, and that includes here in Riverhead at Water Drinker, where Tulip Festival is now underway. Kind of feels like Holland surrounded by all these bulbs in bloom.
And if you want to check it out for yourself, it runs through mid-May. And if you make the trip out, not too far from here, another place where you can be one with nature.
Everything's meant to feel like you're in nature.
The second you step on the grounds of Shou Sugi Ban House on Long Island's East End, a sense of serenity takes over. A Japanese wellness retreat in Watermill, some say, has natural healing powers.
So Shou Sugi Ban House is the Hamptons' first luxury wellness resort retreat. We mix global wellness and healing arts for guests that are coming to look for integrative wellness.
The resort is named after a Japanese wood-burning technique.
Shou Sugi Ban is the process in Japan that they use to cure wood, usually cedar. For us, it's about the paradoxical philosophy that by transforming something, you make it stronger. You go through a healing process, a transformation, and you come out stronger, hopefully, on the other side.
It really is kind of a defining moment when you pull up the property and you see this big guy right here.
You have your first welcome, which is our Buddha. It's 8 tons. It was blessed by local monks.
Lie down here, yes, our head.
My first experience at the retreat, sound healing.
You have incredible gongs, you have crystal bowls, you're having this really beautiful internal massage or a molecular massage from the inside out, and you fall into a deep meditation.
You can also ground yourself by hanging in the air through aerial healing.
There's lots of open air spaces. So our movement pavilion where you would do our aerial yoga, the air is blowing, you're hearing the elements, and it allows you to just sink into that experience.
At the Shou Sugi Ban Spa, it's all about finding a natural calm.
We have 5 main treatment rooms. We definitely focus on healing arts and wellness. It's not just going to be a quick facial or a quick massage. We're looking at the full wellness experience. Our philosophies stem primarily from Japanese culture, and part of that is water.
Hot and cold water. How about together? I hopped in to try a cold plunge.
Breathe. It activates the vagus nerve, which does a full body reset, and it allows you to have that moment where your body snaps out of it. It's great for your skin, it's great for your internal system.
Next up is lunch.
We have kimchi, soft-boiled eggs, our hagamai rice, fermented cucumbers.
Providing locally sourced food is a priority. Fruits, vegetables, meat, and seafood, all from the East End of Long Island.
Our culinary is hyper-local, hyper-seasonal. It's a farm-to-table philosophy. We work really closely with local farms. They'll let us know and they'll let our chefs know what the newest, greatest that they've got. Right now we have our cherry blossoms. They'll grab those at some point and use those in a cherry blossom salt.
You can come for a full day of healing or stay the night in one of their 13 private rooms.
Our rooms are designed that you would come and you would settle in, restore, restoration, and all of it. And then our tubs, which are one of everybody's favorites, you either have a modern jacuzzi or a traditional Japanese hinoki soaking tub.
Shou Sugi Ban House is inspired by the Japanese principles of wabi-sabi, which is finding the beauty in our imperfections. And here just may be the perfect place to do that.
There's nothing else like it.
You took the plunge there.
I'm not a fan of cold, but I loved it. I could see myself doing that every day. I felt it reset my body.
Really?
Yeah, what a great place. All right, our next adventure takes us to a North Fork farm where you can cuddle up with goats. Then you can indulge in some of their award-winning cheese and soaps made fresh with their milk.
Yeah, it's a day of fun for the whole family at Catapano Dairy Farm in Peconic.
Life here at Catapano Dairy Farm is a pretty good one if you're a goat. Plenty of room to graze and even some friendly visitors every once in a while. The farm sits on 5 acres. The farm Aaron and Connor Burke have been to many times, and when the opportunity to buy the land came up, Aaron says they decided to check it out.
It just turned out to just be the perfect thing for us.
And the perfect recipe for success includes their award-winning goat cheese.
The cheese has really 2 ingredients. It's the milk from our farm, our goats, and then we add just an enzyme and a rennet, and that's all it is.
But it's the quality of their milk, Connor says, is key to the best possible product. They pasteurize at the lowest legal temperature, which allows them to get rid of anything harmful.
But it leaves all the good organisms in the milk.
And there's really no downtime from start to finish. The milk for most batches is either gathered the day of or the day before.
And it'll be ready for sale within 24 hours.
Quick turnaround.
So this is about the freshest cheese you can buy. It's the freshest cheese we make.
And today, Connor and Aaron let me help finish off 4 pounds of their most popular cheese, their Chev, or goat cheese, depending on what language you like.
Such a nice cheese to pair with wine. The terroir of the wine out here speaks really nicely to the cheese. A lot of the wineries out here carry our cheese.
But before the cheese gets to the vineyards, it all starts here.
So I get my 2 fingers on the top here.
That's right.
Okay, and then around, and I just squeeze.
Squeeze.
There we go.
And they've been through this a bunch of times, so they're familiar with it.
And while my technique may have been adequate with the amount of cheese they produce, they can't do it all by hand. They have a milking room where the process is done by suction, and they can milk 8 goats at a time. And while milking is not an attraction at the farm, you can still get up close with these cute kids.
This is Buttercup.
Oh, that's Buttercup?
She is the first goat that was born this season.
Catapano's offers a baby goat cuddling class.
It's really nice to introduce children who maybe are coming out from the city and maybe haven't had interactions with farm animals before.
And while there's an experience for everyone who visits the farm, the Burkes weren't always experts on goats, but they've always loved living off the land. Aaron grew up on a farm in Alabama. Connor farmed oysters. And during the pandemic, the couple moved to the North Fork permanently. When they bought the farm from the Catapano family in 2020, they knew the iconic name had to stay.
It was great to be able to continue on their legacy. This farm has been out here. We celebrated 20 years last year.
And building on that legacy, the Burkes continue to add to their product line. It's not just cheese you'll find at their farm store. They make beauty products from the milk of their goats.
It's such a cool substance. It's pH neutral, so it actually it mimics the pH of human skin. It's very gentle. We also make an under eye cream and a face cream.
And while some things have changed at the farm, Aaron and Connor know what needs to stay the same.
What's important about the North Fork, and different from any other part of Long Island truly, is the farming community, and that we've been able to maintain that out here. And while certainly things have changed over the years, we feel strongly about preserving what's here and preserving that way of life.
Joe, you got some skills there milking that goat.
I didn't think about it, I just went right in. It's a good thing though they have machines to do that job. Let's just put it that
I thought
way.
you did a great job. All right, let's go to a Cutchogue vineyard now where kids can have fun too.
That's right, we teamed up with Discover Long Island for a look at McCall Wines.
Be surrounded by rustic charm and immersed in tranquility and award-winning wines here at this hidden gem on the North Fork, McCall Wines. Visitors can saddle up and sip on exquisite wines while surrounded by the equestrian decor, wooden beams, and cozy seating areas. You can really feel the old-time charm in here.
So Russ McCall purchased this property in 1996. He planted 21 acres of grapes. And our first vintage was 2007. Here we have Merlot and Pinot Noir. Pinot Noir is our flagship of wines.
McCall is most known for their Pinot Noirs, and they only make the reserves on the best years. This Pinot Noir is a 2014 and got a 93-point rating from the world-renowned wine critic Robert Parker.
We are 100% sustainable. An idea is to produce the best possible wines in the region.
Whether you're inside in the tasting room or outside here at the outdoor picnic tables, there's a serene, laid-back atmosphere here that makes it hard to leave. Be sure to check their website for more information on burger nights and tasting room hours. For Discover Long Island, I'm Brianna McEnroe.
Thanks, Brianna. Still ahead, it's an East End restaurant that's been thriving for decades.
It's an icon. Yeah, hear how a hometown boy went from managing the McDonald's empire to taking over this Southampton staple. Well, how neat would it be to come back to your hometown after a long, successful career and not only live where you grew up, but own a landmark in that town? Well, John Betts is doing that, and it's all thanks to Shippy's.
You can tell when things are going well, when people are smiling, they're happy, the voices are raised because they're excited.
Since 1970, John Betts has been in the food industry. His first job, working at McDonald's in his hometown of Southampton. And years later, John would become one of the most esteemed executives for the company that first boasted over 1 million served. President and Chief Executive Officer of McDonald's Canada. So when the opportunity to buy a piece of his hometown's history presented itself, John, who had just retired, thought, why not?
Was looking for something to do to get engaged in the community and be able to give back. And I was in here one day and I was talking with my brother and he said, that's the owner over there. And he said, I heard this place is for sale.
And you have to go back almost 70 years to appreciate what made Shippy's so famous. It became a favorite spot for locals and for all kinds of celebrities, like comedian Jackie Gleason, but also a reflection of its surroundings. On the walls, Hampton classic art, and a strong dose of memorabilia from Shinnecock Country Club. But the glitz and glamour wasn't what John was looking to recapture.
One of our objectives here was to keep it comfortable, to keep it approachable, to keep it someplace families can come and enjoy themselves.
And some very fine touches, like these light fixtures above the bar. Can you guess what they used to be?
If you could imagine a pole coming out the base.
Oh, it's a street light.
It's a street light.
Those are street lights.
So those are circa 1930 something.
And the space itself offers something for everyone. A bar for those looking for a good glass of wine and some finger food, or a beer and a place to watch the game. And a dining room, perfect for a cozy dinner for two or a family night out.
And the things that I learned from McDonald's, when you look at the physical space, the decor, some of the changes we made with lighting, the way our seating is set up, right down to the technological techniques we use.
Hard to imagine just a few years ago, this was what things looked like. And the kitchen also got a makeover.
You can cook steak, chicken, and fish.
All in there.
All in there at the same time.
And John says it's this efficiency and quality control that makes everything from Shippy's giant pretzel to their sweet scallops done right every time. And the reason customers keep coming.
The German-American fare. We have the top 3 sellers that used to be sold here, which were the schnitzels, veal chicken, and the sauerbraten. Those are the top 3 sellers. Those are our top 3 sellers today.
And the former McDonald's executive couldn't resist having some fun with the menu.
The smash burger on the dinner menu would be 2 all-beef patties, Shippy sauce, lettuce, onions, pickles on a toasted bun.
That sounds
really delicious.
familiar. I wonder where you got that from.
Well, some of the kids came up with it. They were playing with the words the other day.
And even though John may have been away for years, he still knows what the East End has to offer, and that too is on the menu.
A lot of things from the community, whether it's from our farms, whether it's from some of the great seafood companies we have here, you just can't beat the supply chain here and the local relevance and the importance for the taste.
And the importance of a place for everyone like Shippy's.
It's an icon.
Hamptons living is really synonymous with summertime. There are so many great B&Bs and hotels to stay in. But then there's also great lavish homes you can rent for the summer, including this one here in Milk Creek Close in Watermill. Joining us now, Dawn Watson from Serhant Realty. Thanks for having us.
Oh, thanks, Erin. I'm glad you're here.
So tell us about this house.
This house has been just newly redesigned, redeveloped, top to bottom. We have 6 bedrooms, we have 5.5 baths.
I love that there's this great big room here on the downstairs level. It's so welcoming.
Yes, it's the perfect place to have a tiny group or to entertain. I mean, you've got all of the space here, you've got inside, you've got outside. It's the perfect kind of place for Hamptons living.
The focal point in so many homes really is the kitchen. It's where everyone meets, even though there's great big couches and everything everywhere else. This is where people meet and talk.
You have chef-worthy appliances here, you have a huge gathering space, and it's just very welcoming. What's great about this house is you have every single thing that you need, including this great laundry room that's already stocked with beach towels.
It's all about beach towels in the summertime.
It sure is. We're 2 miles from the ocean.
And then I love this room that's kind of like set back a little bit. What a nice room to just sit back and relax.
I know, it's such a great hangout room, and I love that the ceiling is blue. It pulls your eye up, makes you feel the sky.
You kind of have that blue tone throughout the house.
Yes, very serene, welcoming, beachy.
In this house, there's not one primary, there's 2.
Yes, we have a downstairs primary, so it walks right out to the pool and tennis court.
Upstairs is great because there's this kind of walkway that takes you to the other bedrooms, connecting them.
Yes, I kind of call it the catwalk.
I like that. Yeah. And look, you can see such a great view of downstairs as well. I love this hangout spot, especially these chairs.
I know, these basket chairs are great, and this is just such a comfortable room to hang out and chill in.
You don't really get this in an upstairs level on the landing like this.
It's so fun, it's comfortable, but it's also very whimsical.
Downstairs is a children or adult playground.
Absolutely, it's all fun and games down here. We've got ping pong, we've got air hockey.
And then a great gathering area. You can play a game of chess, and then into another room, which could either be a gym or possibly even a jungle gym for little kids. To see more from this home and explore other East End gems, just scan the QR code at the bottom of your screen. Still ahead.
I really love just the process. You're bringing this location that you are attracted to life.
Meet the artist who's using the East End to make masterpieces. Welcome back. From the beaches to the farms, Long Island's East End is just breathtaking. I mean, look at what surrounds us.
Just gorgeous out here. And one local artist is working to capture all those local landmarks and landscapes for the world to see, one design at a time.
I love to make art by hand because there's something about getting my hands dirty. It just makes it real. There's magic in that. My name is Franke. I am a fine artist that focuses on linear landscapes. I love to do nautical landscapes, barns, bridges, homes, lighthouses. I started drawing when I was really young. My dad is a commercial artist, and so his studio was in our house. Growing up, I was always in his studio, and I wanted to be just like him. You're little, you've got colored pencils and everything. I just never put them down. So I do charcoal drawings on wood. Everything is hand-drawn. I use specifically fine charcoal, compressed charcoal, charcoal pencils. I will pick out specific wood grains that I feel speak to the particular landscape that I'm drawing. I'm kind of giving up the elements of sky and water. I'm letting the grain speak to that for me. Sometimes I look at a piece and I don't necessarily have an image yet. Other times, instantly, oh, this has to be this, or this is going to be perfect for that. I really love just bringing this location that you are attracted to life. The East End is just magical. There's no other place quite like it. Especially just as an artist, I feel like there's so much material to draw. It's just breathtaking. I offered hand-drawn ornaments that are on 4-inch wood slices depicting local lighthouses, windmills, etc. If you're a Long Islander, there's a lighthouse that speaks to you. Second option is porcelain ornaments, and those feature all the iconic locations that everyone knows and loves. The only thing I love as much as I love drawing is when someone else loves my work to bring it home. That's just so rewarding because it brings them so much joy.
Wow, Kelly really does, as she said, talked about how magical it is out in the East End, but her art captures that.
It's incredible.
Yeah. All right, time now to check your answers in our East End trivia game. If you've been playing along, scan the QR code at the bottom of the screen. It'll take you to our website where you can submit your answers for the chance to win some East End swag.
You'll also find more information on the website about all the places we've explored in this episode.
And while you're there, let us know about your favorite places to visit on the East End, from the lavish to the local.
Because it just may be our next adventure. See you next time.